right. What up, Facebook? I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Amazing day. I have had quite the crazy morning, I must say. What's up, Patrick? How's it going? If you've got questions, just put them down below. But we are here at Coffee is for Closers. You all know that this is a Facebook live show, Instagram live show, and now I've got LinkedIn going. So I am managing the office part on my own. We've got Amy over there behind the scenes. So Amy, thank you so much for helping as always. And I hope everyone's New Year is off to an amazing start. I'd love to know what's been going on with you this New Year's. What have you been up to? What are we in? We're 9 days in, right? So I'd love to know what kind of goals have you accomplished so far? Are you staying true to what you've wanted to accomplish so far this year? So put it in the comments below, and we're just going to get started. If you are on Facebook, feel free to share this with your friends. So just hit the share button. You could do some hearts. You can do some likes. See, we got hearts going on. Hearts to everybody out there. And again, if you're on Facebook, feel free to share it, comment, and everything else in between. And we're going to get started. So this is Coffee is for Closers. This is a live show, live meaning that I like interaction. So if you guys have questions, comments, anything related to this topic too, just let me know. Put them in the comments below. And also, if you want the slides for today, I am doing slides. I know last week we had a special guest with Shamika. But today's slides, so if you want these slides today, they are good ones. So just type in show in the comments below. I think everything's working on Facebook, so the slides should come automatically to you, or we'll put them in the comments below. And then also, if you guys are on Instagram, I'll send you a direct message with the link for the slides. Okay, so if you guys are on Instagram, feel free to put in the comments below show, and I will make sure I send them. So hopefully everyone's here who wants to join on the live action. And again, Happy New Year to you. So we are going to get started. This is Coffee is for Closers. Again, Coffee is for Closers because I love my coffee, but today I've got my water. So I hope all of you are staying super hydrated. And we just got to say hi to Kevin real quick because he just got here. So I'm very excited to see Kevin. And okay, show. You put in show. So you're going to get the slides. And also, if you want to pop on over to the Pitch Queen Facebook page, lots of good stuff over there. Lots of great content. We have amazing guests lined up for 2018. That's the year we're in, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I know I said I was going to get started 30 seconds ago, but now I'm really going to get started. Okay, I was just trying to delay a little bit so Kevin could get everything set up because he always likes to record the beginnings of these. Oh, and I have a new really fun, cool toy, so I'll show it to you later, but it's a GoPro. So we could have 3 coffee cans going. All right, we're really starting. Welcome to Coffee is for Closers. This is episode number, I'm not sure, 26, 27, or 28. And today we are talking about why you may fear rejection as you're related to your sales and your business. So as you're trying to really grow your top line revenues, why and so how come things sometimes get in our way? What are we fearing? And what is that fear we need to get over? And how do we get over it? So that's our topic for today. We're going to go over a cup of wisdom, why people sometimes fear rejection, how to overcome fear of rejection in sales, and, remember that if you are a solopreneur or you have your own practice, aka all my CPAs out there, you are a full-time salesperson because guess what? How do you get new clients in the door? How to overcome fear and rejection in sales. I think I just said that, so I'm saying it again. How to deal with rejection and how to handle rejection well. And then we're going to end it with energy for the soul. So I'm all very, very happy to see everybody, Thank you again for joining. It's an honor to be here. And to be honest, I actually love and look forward to doing this every single week. It's fun. Amy helps with all the slides when we do slides. But honestly, it's fun editing it. I'm reading this really cool book. I've got actually a couple. I borrowed them from my friend Sean Croxton, the Croxton Library. But this one is a really good one if you guys are growing sales teams. It's Top Grading for Sales. That's a really good one. But the latest one that I love, let me show you, is this one. So it's Uncensored Sales Strategies, Triple X Rated Secrets. It's actually really, 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 really good. So thank you, Sean, for letting me check it out of the Croxton Library. I think it's about $80 on Amazon because they don't make it anymore. It's old, but it actually is a really, really good book. So if you guys want to buy it, that's that. I highly recommend it. I am not so key on reading all the time, but this one I actually got really, really into. So I've enjoyed it. Lots of great tips on, especially for people like us who want to really sell quality over quantity. You're the people that really rather work with 10 clients at $100 versus 100 clients at $10. You get what I'm saying. So, that's what I've been up to, and we're just going to dive right into what we're talking about today, which again is why you may fear rejection in sales and how to get over it. So let me go over to the slides. How do I share my screen? If you guys want these slides, put in show in the comments below, okay? But again, you're watching Coffee is for Closers. If you guys are on Facebook, feel free to comment, share, and spread the love of everything that we're talking about, especially that book. That book was really, really good. Anyway, so you may fear rejection in sales, and how we're going to get over it, that's a different story. And I totally understand, and that's why we're here. So fear of failure and rejection is the greatest enemy of success. So I love this quote, right? So what does that quote mean to you? Think about it. Now let's talk about a little bit, and I have built some really solid resilience, I guess you could call it, where I'm not really that fearful of rejection. I've gotten sort of immune to it. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, but why people sometimes fear the rejection and why you might fear it on your end is because you're connecting your career success to your self-worth. You're connecting the outcome of whatever it may be that maybe you're selling, your product, service, whatever your success is, it's a connection to self-worth. So maybe how can you disconnect the two? Because actually your success has nothing to do with your self-worth. In order for you to really increase your value and increase your prices and build that confidence, that's all coming from your self-worth, right? You also, another reason why people might fear rejection is that you believe you are going to always be told no. And I know we've talked about that before, but I want to really bring that up again. If you make the assumption in your head that you are going to be told no, you're always going to fear rejection. And I was re-listening to an episode that we did in the past about when I was actually fearing rejection. And I want to share this story because maybe that's the reason why the Vitamin Shop ended our contract with my last company, Fitzy Foods. But I literally was pretty much in fear for about 6 months because I knew we had a deadline, and we had a deadline to fulfill on a certain sales level in a pretty short amount of time, 6 months, to really prove out a model. So I was in fear that we were going to be told no, that this can't continue. So with that being said, we need to really, check where our mind is at, because maybe our minds have a direct correlation to the outcomes that we see in our businesses, right? You might also fear rejection sometimes because of the deep need for money. You're desperate. When you're coming from a place of desperation versus a powerful place of not being desperate, there is definitely a fear of rejection going on, and the voices in our head. You know that little voice in your head that just keeps talking to you and talking to you and talking to you? Yeah, that one. That one will definitely make us fear that all the time. And my voice talks to me and I have to tell it to stop. So maybe what are some ways that you guys fear rejections? Put them in the comments below. Kevin, you want to do this one? Cool. Just type anything. Thanks. All right, you guys. If you need a sip of water, make sure to grab it. If you are drinking coffee or a smoothie, like Garen drinks smoothies, I'm just going to go over to the video again. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure it was on the right video. So what are some ways that you guys fear rejections? I'm staying hydrated. We got 5 people on Facebook. How are you guys, how do you fear rejection? What is in your mind that comes up for you? I would love to know. If you put it in the comments, I'll be able to see it. Oh, hi Daniel. It's good to see you too. Anytime. We're here every week talking about sales, so join in on the conversation every week. But I would love to know other ways that you guys are fearing rejection, because like me with that vitamin shop experience, woohoo! I feared it for like 6 months. That's a long time to be in fear. And, I'm not... Oh yeah, okay, Amy, thanks. That's cool. All right, moving on to the next topic. If you guys are on Instagram, I'd love to know, how do you fear rejection too? I want to know that I'm not crazy alone, because we're all crazy together, right? It was so funny. I was re-listening to the interview I did with Michael Martin, who's the buyer at the vitamin shop that I worked with for so many years. And, we talked, he literally told me I was kind of crazy. So that's okay though. All right. We're really going to move right along. I promise. I know I go on tangents sometimes. That's okay. All right, so we are do you guys also like the new slides? Aren't they so pretty? We got a facelift. We got like Botox and facelift on our slides. Okay, so next, how to overcome sales rejections. So you might fear it, but really what are some ways on how you can overcome it? Because I believe that when you can overcome it quickly and get over it fast, you can actually serve more people and help more people, and especially not taking it personally. That was a big one for me. So you can deconstruct the sales perspectives, and what I mean is you can't make the assumptions about people or potential sales. So a lot of time that voice in our head is a big assumption maker, right? It's already telling us what we think the outcome is going to be. For example, I'm going to use Kevin because he's standing right here. And what if he does a lot of film and videography, and what if he's going to go meet with a new client and he's in the fear of the rejection when he goes to sell his services? His assumptions of what the client or prospect's going to say to him is that he's too expensive, or whatever those voices are in his head. I can't afford you. I don't need you right now. You're not going to be able to help me with anything. Like whatever the list of 10 that he's got going on in his head, that's probably the outcome that you're going to get, right? Like if you think about things positively, like you doing your affirmations and other things that we've discussed in the past, that will change a lot of your outcome. And I kid you not, this is like your sales perspective and how you think it's going to go is literally extremely powerful and can kind of hurt you at the end too if you don't think about it correctly. So change the focus to action in your metrics. So focus on actions you can control. Making the calls. Maybe Kevin, instead of meeting with 1 new client, he needs to meet with 5, right? Your results are going to be significantly different if maybe you see 5 people versus 1. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Realize that selling is serving and not scheming. I have talked to a lot of people, and everyone still hates this word sales. And my mission really for all of you is, how can you end up loving the word sales and really helping more people and serving more people? Sales is not a scheme. If you've got a great product or a great service, how is selling it a scheme? Like my friend Sean has these Jerf bars, right? They are so delicious. They are so delicious that I don't care if it was $2 a bar or $5 a bar. I would still probably eat them. Let me turn the noisemaker off. So again, if your service is $50 or if your service is $5,000, your clients and prospects are going to perceive it a certain way. So do you want to be perceived quality or do you want to be perceived, well, affordable and probably many? So you have to pick which angle are you going. You know me, I'm all about quality versus quantity. And realize, you have to practice and role play with people. I have a person that I even practice with about once a week, Denise. You're actually going to meet her. I'm going to have her on as a guest, and she's amazing. But we all get in our own ruts. So just like if you want to be whatever your version of success is, or if you want to be a millionaire, you need to hang out with millionaires, right? Or if you want to be with really positive people that do meditation and yoga, you got to go hang out with them because those are the people. You are who you surround yourself. Same thing with practicing in your businesses. You need to find, a coach or a group or a mastermind or a partner. It's like me working out. I do much better workouts when I have an accountability partner at the gym versus if I just go by myself. Do you guys have that same, problem? Because I sure do. I am not one to go to the gym and have an amazing workout all by my lonesome self. I am more motivated with a bunch of people around and with a workout partner. So I not only practice and role play with me and my own business, and like you should with your businesses too, but try it out. See how it works for you and see how different the results actually can be. All right. How is everybody doing? You guys good? Sorry for all the reminders and noises. If you want to grab water. Do you guys role play? Do you have an accountability partner? What do you do in your businesses? For all my CPAs out there, you guys should have little buddies everywhere. All right. So that's how to overcome the sales rejections. Those are some ways that you can try. But how do you deal with the rejection? Okay, you're not going to get told yes all the time. So sorry. That's just not how it is. But how do you deal with rejection? One of the ways I do is I always focus on as many positives as I can. So I would say, let's see, for every 10 people I talk to, maybe 50% are a good fit as far as like a consulting client or someone I want to work with. Sometimes I'm doing the rejecting, but sometimes people tell me no as well. So you're going to deal with both situations. But you can call a brag Bible, a testimonial book of everything you've done. You can analyze your phone calls and scripts. If you're not using a script and you haven't practiced writing it out, I highly recommend it. You can realize if you're calling at bad times. So maybe depending on what your kind of service is, sometimes people book calls with you, or maybe, you're a CPA and you're trying to find some new clients and if you're trying to reach high net worth individuals or business owners, maybe the business hours are not the best time to reach new clients. So really thinking about the different times that you're talking to people is super important too. And do you see any patterns? Okay, let me give you an example of seeing patterns. You guys know I do a lot of phone calls, right? And I see a lot of patterns when people don't show up to their phone calls on time. And I think to myself, do I want to work with somebody who can't show up on time to a phone call? I get it if you're like running a couple minutes late, but if you totally say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot about this call, you're probably not a good fit, right? Like you've got to really think, what are your expectations? What are your standards? And what are you going to live by? And then do you see these patterns? So that's like one pattern I see. If they're late, they're typically not a good fit. I also see a pattern in people that read about me prior to talking to them versus people that don't do their research, right? Like researchers. If you get people to research you and your business prior to you meeting them, I don't know what kind of percentage increase you're going to have in closes and more deals and more people you can help, but it's going to be high. People want to buy from people. People want to buy from people they like, know, and trust. These are ways to help with that. So providing the research up front on whatever your business is. So if it's Kevin and his film business, he's sending, here's some work I've done with other people. Here are my results. He's showing his testimonial books. Here are what people have said about me. Here's my website. Here's 2 other clients' videos similar to you in your business that you can review prior to when we meet. He's doing all of this up front. And if they review the material before the meeting, then I guarantee you Kevin's probably going to have a new client. If he sends all of that and they don't review anything, I would consider second guessing yourself before working with that client because they probably aren't very serious, right? I like to do my research, and I would say 99% of people like to do their research. And I love this one. Celebrate every no as one step closer to a yes. So 80% of sales sometimes take 5 follow-ups. It really depends on what industry you're in and what type of service you're selling. But you can't give up after the first one. And, I'll give you an example too. I book guests on the podcast, right? And we have guests every single week on Success Unfiltered. Some of these guests didn't respond back to me until I reached out 4, 5, and 6 times. That's just how it is. So even though I'm getting a guest on to help all of you and share their stories about their no's and their rejections, it still took me 5 to 6 follow-ups to get a response. And I've had to go different angles like text and then email, and then I got told no a couple times, and then I reached out again. But having guests on the podcast is just like a sale. It's really not any different. So some of mine have taken 6 and 7 follow-ups. So just check what you're selling and do the follow-ups. All right. For those of you on Facebook, I want to show you what a Bragg Bible testimonial book could kind of look like. So you can see some testimonials from Amy, from Mindy, from Tom. These are all emails that people have sent to me personally. I also have some in text message, but it was a little difficult. For you guys on Instagram, this is like what it looks like. So I save all of these images I have a folder called Testimonials and Thank Yous, and then I also have a folder on my my phone. Like when I get a text message from somebody, I keep that. When you are dealing with rejection or you just got told no from 5 people, go look at the people that you've helped, that you serve, that you're making a bigger difference in their life. That'll motivate you. I would love to know who has a Bragg Bible or testimonial book. Can you put a picture of it in the comments below? I'd love to see what you guys use. Do you even use these? Do you do this for yourself? Let me know. Okay, moving along. I love this. Rejection doesn't always mean no. This is a word we made up. It can mean not now. Not meaning big N, big O, small t, with quotes in between the N and the O, right? So it can mean not now. And if you handle rejection well, you can keep the door open for potential future sales, which is super important too. You never want to burn a bridge. There's plenty of referrals that I've had from people I haven't even worked with. So again, set your standards, set your boundaries. What are you going to let in? What are you not? And really follow it to a T, because rejection does not always mean a no. It means not now, and not meaning, quote, no with a small t on the end. All right, let's go over how you can handle rejections well. So this is a good thing to get prepared for. Practice, prepare, practice. You guys can kind of get the theme here, right? It's sort of like, Michael Jordan. He wasn't a really good basketball player because he never practiced. You can't really be a great film business owner if you don't practice your craft. You could do the film part all day, but what about the business side? You need to work on it every single day. It's like going to the gym and losing weight. If you want to lose weight, it's just not going to happen overnight. You have to practice and work at it and practice and work at it and practice and work at it all the time, right? Just like for all the CPAs out there, client meetings is probably not your best strength suit. Like, you're really good at the numbers side, but what about the business side? If you're going to be in business for yourself, you really need to hone in on the business. My friend Sean, I always talk about you, Sean. Anyway, I want to talk about this because he works with health coaches, right? And he asked his health coaches, well, how many sales and marketing books do you have? And they said, about 1% of all their books. 99% was on their craft, but 1% was on the business side. How are you going to be able to grow a really big, profitable business serving a lot of people and changing their health if you don't know anything on the business side? So handling rejections is very much part of the practice that I highly encourage you to implement, even if it's, a couple times a week, or find a buddy you can practice with. So I always have responses prepared and practiced. So with Denise, I prepare responses for different rejections that I might hear. So I'm always prepared. With the CPAs, we did this. I did this a lot with a lot of you guys one-on-one. We talked about, is this legal? That's a great question. How is this backed up in a court case study or in the IRS tax code? Your clients might ask you. So when you're handling rejections, you're basically writing out all of the objections that your clients are going to bring up. So what is a reason why a client would object to working with you? And think about them and then come up with your answers. So you can answer them confidently and in a professional manner so you never burn a bridge. And don't take rejection so seriously. Like, if you make it fun and lighten it up, it makes it just so much easier instead of being so serious. You don't want to be too serious all the time. And realize it might not be forever, right? 80% of the sales have at least 5 follow-ups. I'm still following up with someone to do a Wednesday interview with me. It's been months, and he told me we were going to do it 6 months ago, and it didn't happen yet. And I keep following up, which reminds me I should really send him a text and an email. So I'm going to do that. Also, you guys can check out the episode we did on the follow-up system. So check out the follow-up system episode. I go really into detail in the follow-up. So if you need more ideas on how to follow up, what's a good way, how often should you follow up? That's a big question I hear. Well, Michelle, how often should I follow up? Most people say once. I say, no. We need to be professionally annoying. And when you're professionally annoying, we follow up maybe with a text, with an email. There's so many different metrics of ways. So check out that episode on the follow-up system. And also, you can listen to every single podcast episode going back, from when we started, on all of the interview-based episodes where we're talking about no's, we're talking about rejections, we're talking about how highly successful people overcame them. Like Justin from Justin's Peanut Butter, he had like a laundry list of 10 different reasons Whole Foods rejected him. And he came back to the buyers. It's such a great interview. You just go listen to it on repeat. But it's so powerful, and how he had a $75,000 investment basically turn into a $50+ million business. But he could have stopped when the buyer told him no, 10 different ways. And he came back with he had responses and prepared and practiced over and over again what he was going to say. And now it was a huge success. So realize it might not be forever. I promise it's not going to be. And that is everything on how to handle rejections and all of that other totally fun stuff as it relates to rejection. So I would love to open it up for some questions. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Hello, everybody on Instagram who's still there. If you guys have questions on sales, on rejections, on what do you do to overcome them, let's hear about them. What kind of questions do we have on the Facebook? I need one. Etta needs something, but I don't know what you need, Etta. Can you explain? Rejection in sale. Okay, here's what Daniel had to say. Rejection in sales is a great thing. It promotes a behavior within yourself to restructure your approach. When you get a no in business, it doesn't mean the door is shut. It just gives you an opportunity to present to your prospective client in a different way. Yes, love that. Any other questions? Kevin, do you have any questions on this topic? All right, you guys. Well, if you have a question, put it in the comments below. Daniel and Etta and everybody else on Facebook, if you can give a heart and a share and share it with the world, that would be amazing. Thank you. And I hope this was really helpful for everybody, honestly. And if there's any topics that you want us to cover or you want me to cover in the next coming months, put them down below. We're going to cover them. We've got a lot of cool stuff underway. And we will be having guests from time to time. And some of them might be impromptu, like the day of type, hey, we got a guest in town. So it was an honor to be here with you. Again, quality over quantity. And really, how can you, get better prepared for your rejections? Because it's just part of the game. So I will see you all next Tuesday. We're going to be back on schedule at 2. We just need to do a little time change for today. So thanks for being here. If you do want the slides that were shown on Facebook, type in show in the comments below. Show in the comments below. Show in the comments below. Okay? So type in show. Oh. Okay, Etta. Yeah, work on that. It'll help you a lot, for sure. It definitely will. So everybody, it was awesome to be here with you guys. Have an amazing day. Keep rocking your goals for 2018, and I will see you all next week.